Hey everybody. Yeah, yesterday I was working on, or I was playing around trying to learn, understand this speech color changer application, and I had noticed that it was very tricky to try to get it to work with multiple words. So like if I click on this thing and I say blue, blue, yeah, it works. But then if I say like ghost white, it kind of combines it into two words. And so at this point, generally when I'm playing around with something like this, I try to make a little tweak just so that I can get the idea that I'm just sort of basically in the right neighborhood. I mean, I definitely do not understand this, but I would like to explore it, and maybe if I could make a small change, I could see something useful, and or I could validate to myself that I understand it. So I thought, well, it would be a good idea to like check the color and see if there's a space in there. If there's a space, then merge all the words because ghost white doesn't work. Another one I know of is Dodger blue. So Dodger blue. Let's see, like Dodger blue doesn't work, but um, tan, Dodger blue. See, I guess because it was already blue, I just wanted to demonstrate that it didn't work. So what I could do is I can create like an array out of the color, and the way I could do that is like it's just be like const colors was equal to color dot split on uh, split on space, and then I'm just going to console log out the colors just to make sure that everything's in my head the way things are in my head. Oop, unexpected token. There it is. Okay. So basically, what I'm thinking is going to happen is if I say ghost white, I'll see two words, or Dodger blue, I'll see the colors array have two. So Dodger blue. Yep. And so that's our new thing. So what we could do is we can say, and let's just assume at this point that we're just trying to learn stuff. We're not trying to build some robust system. So let's just try to say that if the colors dot length is equal to 2, then we're going to do something with the color. And what we're going to do is we're going to say color equals, and then colors dot joins, and then we're going to say join with, if we don't put that there, it's going to just put a comma in for us, and then we're just going to have it go to lowercase case, and that should um, take care of the problemo. All right, so Dodger blue, boom. Ghost white, boom. All right, so that's cool. And the thing I just can't express enough is like I don't know, I do not understand this code. I don't understand this color voice recognition code. I just was able to work with it, and there's a huge difference between being able to work with it and then be able to understand it. And at this point, where I've done a little bit of work with it, then it's time to do a little bit more understanding, because really what you want is your understanding and your work just to sort of go up and down with each other. Because if you just do a whole bunch of work, you're like, oh, I know what application I want to build. I know exactly what I want to do, and I'm just going to go all in and just start coding. What'll happen is you'll build the application and it'll be great. But like if anyone starts asking you any questions about like how things work, you're going to get very, very frustrated and probably grumpy. Um, and it's just not a great way to live. It's just a very unpleasant way to be, to just exist. And then on the other hand, if you decide, you know what, I'm not going to do any coding at this point. I'm going to dig in, and I'm going to understand what this recognition thing is, and I'm going to understand what this event is and what these results are and what the transcript is. If you go all that and you're just going to study that for months on end and then decide to write your first line of code, you're going to have a really hard time writing code. You really want to do them both together. And I call, like, whenever someone understands, like they dig in and they understand all the aspects of the code, but they don't actually write any code. I call those people experts. They can tell you everything. They can explain everything. When the boss comes in and wants to understand what's going on, they're the best ones for explaining it. And then the people that can write a bunch of code, but they can't explain what they did. They don't really understand exactly what they did, but it works and it's awesome. Those, I call them the elites. And so you have your elites that can code like crazy, but they're grumpy. You don't want to ask them questions. They'll fly off the handle if you dig in, probe too deep. And then you have your experts who can just tell you everything, but when you ask them to code anything, they disappear for a month and then they never produce anything. And then I call the people that can do both masters or mastery. They've gained mastery of that of the subject matter. And so what I want to do is I want to gain mastery of the subject matter. So I would say on like elite level at this point, I have a 1, right? Because I was able to make changes. I was able to do something cool and make the application a little better. So I would give myself an elite level of 1, and then I would give myself a expertise level of 0 on this right now. And so what I want to do is get my expertise level like up to 2, and then try to get my elite level up to 2, and just sort of work myself up until I really understand everything and can do everything. And then I'll have what I say is a mastery level understanding of this stuff, and that's a very, very pleasant way to be. But anyway, so that was cool. Dodger Blue. Woohoo! I wonder what woohoo is. Woohoo! Let's see. Ooh. Woohoo! Well, it knew what that was, but apparently woohoo is not a color. But everybody, happy coding. Bye.